I'm not gonna hold your hand before I say this because I don't know you. Did you wash your hands? Do you have sanitizer? A big shift, okay? Listen to me when I tell you, if you're still depending on motivation, if you're still depending on your mood to achieve your goals, you are playing yourself, you're playing your own face, and you're gonna face the consequences and they're gonna hurt, okay? Let me explain. Hi YouTube family, my name is Alpha, or famously known as Alpha Lenny if you follow me on other social media platforms. I'm Malawian studying a master's in data science here in Scotland, Aberdeen on the Chevening Scholarship. Look it up, guys. If you're new, welcome. And by the way, if you're new, subscribe. Why haven't you subscribed? Subscribe. Now, I'm gonna wait. I'll wait. Do it. Have you done it? Okay, love you, done. And if you've been here before, welcome back, guys. We're doing another talking head video. Can't be bothered to vlog, guys. I can't. Okay, school is up to here. Listen, today we are talking about following the plan and not the mood, because the mood, she's gonna let you down. The mood is inconsistent. We don't depend on the mood around here, okay? And by the way, also, if you're new, we keep it strict, we keep it disciplined, we keep it cute, and we keep achieving our goals. So let's get into the sauce of the video. I don't know if it's just me, but like my mood changes every 5 minutes. I could be kikiing right now and be crying 5 minutes later, literally. My mood is one of the most inconsistent things in my life. And not only because life kind of ebbs and flows and life is kind of inconsistent in that way, but also because I am a woman. I am human. I operate on hormones. I am affected by the weather. I'm affected by how much I've eaten that day. I'm affected by how hydrated or how dehydrated I am. I'm a human being and I am affected by everything around me. Whether or not I'm gonna be okay is dependent on so many things. How my morning went, how I slept last night, that argument I had last night over the phone, or blah, 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 blah. My mood is the most inconsistent thing, I think. The most. But it is such an inconsistent thing in my life. And so if I had to depend on how I feel all the time, I would never get anything done. Listen, if I've been crying all night, you expect me to go to class? No, because I've been crying all night. If I had to depend on my mood, I would be the most unaccomplished, the most broke, the most just potato. Okay, that's what I'm trying to change in your mind. I am trying to rewire your brain, or maybe even not rewire, but remind you, because I am pretty sure that you know these things already. The fact that you saw the thumbnail, you read the description, and you were like, I'm gonna click that video and watch it, means that you know something. You are not as bad as you think you are. You know some things, you know what you ought to do, but sometimes you just need a little reminding, and that is why I am here. A lot of you are not lazy. It's not that you don't have discipline. It's not like you don't have a sense of purpose. It's not like you're unsure of what you want to blah, blah, blah. All the things that we like to like put in our minds and put in whatever it is. Those are not real. Those are not real. It's not that you don't have discipline. It's because every time before you want to do the thing that you said you were going to do, you ask yourself, do I feel like it? And if the answer is no, then I guess we're not doing it. You said you were going to go to the gym this morning. Oh, you said you were going to go to the gym after work. But do I feel like it? The day was kind of long and that person kind of said that thing and I didn't really like it, so I'm not going to go to the gym. You're never going to go to the gym. If you keep sitting down and negotiating with yourself, why do we do that? Why are you sitting down negotiating with yourself? If you keep doing that, you are never going to get anything done, ever. It should never be about how you feel. It should always be about, what is the plan? What is the plan for my future? Why did I set this intention that I wanted to start working out? Why did I set this intention that I wanted to start studying at least 2 hours every single day? Think about the plan. Think about that result, that end goal. Why did you make these plans in the first place? I read such an amazing book at the beginning of the year. It's 101 essays that would change the way you think. It's written by Brianne. I don't know if it's Brianna or Brianne. I think it's Brianne though. Brianne, I'm gonna put it up in the on the screen. But I read that book and she was talking about, in one of her essays, she was like, here's like a few things that you could be thinking about instead of overthinking, blah, blah. And one of the questions that she said that you should sit down and think about is, how do I want to quantify at the end of the year? When the year ends, how many things do I want to put in my hands and say that I did that, I did that, I did that, I did that? And I know that when you hear me say that, you have this misconception that I'm talking about such big things like bought a house, bought a car. It doesn't always have to be such big things, okay? There are obviously going to be things that are tailor-made to the season that you are in your life, but you need to ask yourself, how am I going to quantify at the end of the year? And when they say, how are you going to quantify? How many books will you say you have read at the end of the year? How many steps will you say that you have walked or ran at the end of the year? How many kilometers, if you're a runner, how many kilometers did you run from January to December? You know, how many conferences did you speak at? How many many applications did you send? How many applications went well? How many interviews did you attend? If you're a writer, how many pages did you write? How many articles did you publish? How are you going to quantify at the end of this? Think about that, because if you think about, but like today I'm not really feeling it, and we're always like bring up these weird sentences to just justify our excuses and our self-negotiation. Sis, if what you want is to improve, if what you want is to actually achieve your goals, if what you want is to one day look at your vision board and go like, I did that. Not every time you're looking at your vision board you are depressed. You're like, oh my God, I don't even know why I put that there. No, don't you want to get that feeling, how it feels when you finally do the thing that you said you were gonna do? And by the way, you build trust within yourself. If you keep following through, you begin to trust yourself and your ability to follow something through. But if you keep on not doing something, if you keep on promising yourself, I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna eat better, and every single time you never do, you even lose trust in yourself. And now every time you think to yourself, I want to start eating better, I want to run a 5K tomorrow, your body's like, yeah, right, we've heard that one before. Do you want that for yourself? To give you a personal example, ever since I moved to Scotland, listen to me, babe, I am from the tropics, okay? I am from the literal warm heart of Africa. I am where the sun is. That's where I am. My lowest temperatures for winter are like 14, 15 degrees. What do you mean I came to a place where like the hottest day is 9 degrees? What the heck? My mood has not been at its best. The ratio that I have between my good and bad days is not balanced at all. I have not had any motivation. If I am to be honest with you, literally no motivation. Every single day I have to crawl out of bed. I'm not like walking on sunshine. If you like people that genuinely like know me, they know that even now when I pick up the phone, I'm just like, yeah, hey. Yeah, whatever, the weather, I'm so droopy and drowsy all the time. Majority of the time for me is spent feeling like, where did my energy go? Why am I tired all the time? And it's not because I'm not sleeping well. It's not because I'm just freaking drained. So imagine if I had to follow my mood every single time. I would never work out again. I would have stopped working out in September. I would have never been studying. I'm managing to keep up with the things in my life, the things that make me happy, the things that surround me, because I have a plan. I don't want to come out of this master's with the master's, but like my entire lifestyle is just like in turmoil. I don't want that. I always ask myself at the end of the year, I need a list. Alpha, you did this, you did that. Guys, 365 days is a lot for you to be playing in your own face. Listen to me, okay? Even if you start at 6 months, but those are a lot of days for you to just sit on your ass. Please. Moods are unreliable, especially as a woman. We've got 4 phases in the cycle: luteal phase, follicular phase, ovulation, blah blah blah. And every time it's like your energy is just dipping. As a woman, you get an average of like 10 good days max, and then every other time it's just you're angry, you're mad at everything sucks, and blah 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 blah. Oh my gosh, imagine just having to depend on your mood all the time. Stop that. You need to always remind yourself, why did I start? Instead of asking yourself, do I want to go to the gym today? Ask yourself, what happened for me to want to go to the gym? What did I see? What was the problem that I was trying to fix? I stood in the mirror without my clothes on and I didn't like what I saw. Tell yourself that. Be honest about it, and then build systems that are going to help you every single day to follow that through. What do I mean when I say build systems? When I say building systems, I mean you literally make it easy for you to actually follow through with the task. This can look like putting out your gym clothes the night before the morning that you have to work out. This can look like, I said this in my last video, if I have to study in the morning, I set up my desk. If I'm trying to avoid getting takeout as a master's student, sometimes you're at school for like 9 hours in a day. If I don't want to just keep buying takeout, wasting money and eating unhealthy, meal prep. Create systems that make something easier for you, which in turn makes it enjoyable. Because as human beings, our default isn't to pick something that's uncomfortable. We're always going to opt for comfort. That's why people pay for extra legroom in the airplane. That's why people pay extra for a shorter trip. We are not wired to go for the uncomfortable. So you have to make sure that whatever your task is, whatever your plan is, whatever it is that that you want to follow through with, make it easy access and also make it pleasant, make it enjoyable, okay? If you struggle with going to the gym, maybe get a few new gym sets that are matching so you're looking cute every time that you go to the gym. I don't know, it works, okay? If you don't like studying, maybe gamify it a little bit, maybe get some cute stationery, maybe get a new notes app on your iPad. I don't know, but just create something that makes it enjoyable for you. And then instead of saying that, oh, studying tomorrow, say that every single day I study for 2 hours starting from 10 to 12 based on your schedule. Give yourself a set time for something. That way, that time is allocated to you studying and it's not just thrown out to the wind like that. For me as a content creator, I tell myself that my main vlogging days are Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I don't just throw it out there like that. If I'm feeling funny that day and I'm feeling like, well, I kind of want to vlog today and it's a Tuesday, fine and good, but without fail, I should have a vlog to start the week, in the middle of the week, and at the end of the week. Without fail, I give myself, these are my content days. And if I have to shoot videos that require me to sit down on a Saturday after I've cleaned, after everything, I put on some makeup and I sit down and I film a couple of videos. I change my shirt. I just film like 4 videos that I'm going to be putting out within the week. I've made it easier for myself. Imagine if every single time I had to sit down to make a talking video and I'm thinking, what's the topic? Now I gotta plan it. Now I gotta do research. Now I gotta make my notes every single time. That's like hours on end between planning, filming, editing, and then putting it out. That's not enjoyable for me. Over time, my brain's gonna be like, we don't like that. We're not gonna do that, right? Build systems. So your system can either be a time-based system, like every day I study for 2 hours, every day I spend 1 hour editing. Those are time-based systems, and you set them up and say that at 12 p.m. every single day, without fail, I pick up my book and I start to study. Systems can also be environment-based, which means that it can be an automated D&D trigger on your phone. I use the app called Opal. It freezes out my social media apps at a certain time. You can literally just do something that's like automated that will repeat itself, that you don't have to like find the motivation to do. Because if you had to get up every day and like freeze your apps while you're scrolling, you're not going to do it. But if the app just locks you out while you're mid-doom scrolling, that's going to be better for you, trust me. So I've already mentioned things like these, like putting out your gym clothes on time, setting up your study space. Create your environment to work for you guys. Repetition, I keep on saying these things and I hope that you guys are taking notes. Another system that you can set up is just giving yourself a minimum, a daily minimum. Work out for 30 minutes. And if you get there and you realize, hey, I want to go for 10 minutes more, good for you, but at least you made the minimum. Just say that, don't say, oh, I want to shoot content today. Today I'm making 3 videos, 1 reel, 1 TikTok vlog, and 1 talking head video for my YouTube. I've set it up. Or today I'm just making 1 video. I am studying 2 chapters, or I am studying 2 topics. Give yourself a minimum. And if you feel like you can exceed that minimum, good for you. And if on some days, because some days you're going to be on 100 and some days you're going to be on 80, some days you're going to be on 10. If someday you feel like 30 minutes is good for me, at least you did something. 1% better every day as opposed to just nothing. It's better for you to just do a little bit of the work than to just not do it at all. Trust me. The other thing you're going to do for yourself is shrink the task and make it as easy as possible. Instead of thinking I have to go to the gym for 2 hours and do 10 reps, 4 sets each of X, Y, No, just let me get ready for the gym and go there. And then you get there and then you go on the treadmill and then you start walking. Oh, maybe speed, maybe let me run. And then you're like, look, they're lifting. I could do that. I'm already here, I've already used up the time to get here. Then you start to lift. Just allow yourself to just start and build momentum. One thing that I realized about myself when studying is that the first 15 minutes of study, they're hell. I'm like, let me just go back to whatever. I don't want to do this. And then I start, I'm like, oh, we're locked in. Okay. Things are moving. That's literally what you need. You just need the momentum. You need the initial push, just the start, and then you see the rest of the things are going to come to you when you're there. Trust me, just give yourself that room to just start something. But when you leave too much leg room, too much lying down, negotiating, but do I feel like it? But I already worked out last Monday and I don't want to you are literally playing in your face. Stop letting yourself down before the whole world lets you down. Keep the promises you made to yourself. Why do you expect that boy to keep that promise to you and you can't even keep a damn promise to yourself, girl? If I slap you across the face. Listen to me when I tell you, you should let go of the idea that for you to do something and to do it well, you necessarily need to feel good. You will not feel good every single day. You feel good for like a couple of minutes and then it fades away. It is inconsistent, it is fleeting. Create systems, create non-negotiables, be strict, have standards for your future and for yourself. And then every single day that you wake up and you want to do something, operate like that person that shows up in your plan as opposed to the person that you are today. Ask yourself, I will repeat, ask yourself, how do I want to quantify at the end of the year? How many days do I want to say that I spent in the gym? How many hours do I want to say that I spent studying? How many books do I want to say that I read this year? Ask yourself, how do I want to quantify? And then your mood, you're going to take that and you're going to shove it back inside because it is not going to help you in any way. Literally, it is just a feeling. All you need to do is feel it. Your mood is for feeling. Your motivation that wipes away by like mid-January. Forget about that. Forget about that. What you need is to follow your plan. That initial spark that you had when you were excited about how everything is going to turn out, keep that in your tunnel vision. That's what you need to be looking at, and that's what you need to be working towards. Enough said. Okay, enough said. I don't want to rant a little too much. I think I did already, but I just want to help. I literally just want to help. I learned these things and now I am giving back and teaching you guys. So that's that. Let me know in the comment section if you have questions, suggestions, if you want to add on to this, if I'm forgetting something, if you want to disagree, you can put that down in the comment section. Otherwise, guys, I love you so much and I will see you in the next video. Let's just say that. Okay, bye.